Well, hello everyone. This is Lawrence back for part two, side two of my review of the new album. Been out about going on a month now of Lucinda Williams' Stories from a Rock and Roll Heart, and I posted part one of the review as a separate video, so I'm breaking it down to two videos. And I was supposed to have this second part out yesterday, but I had a technical glitch with my computer, and the video got wiped out. So I'm going to do the part two right now. Sorry for the delay. Side two has 5 tracks along with side one, and what I'm going to do is, using the pause button, listen to each individual song, hit pause, listen to the song, come back with my comments. So we'll start that off right now. I'm going to listen to what seems to be the title track, but shortened by some words. Rock and Roll Heart. So I'll hit pause right now and come back with my comments on that particular opening song for side two. Okay, Lucinda definitely has a rock and roll heart. This song starts off about expressing being trapped in a small town in your youth. Seems like the future's not bright. You get a job at the feed mill or something, the factory, pretty much dead end, but there's an escape. Pick up that guitar, man, and have a rock and roll heart. Pick up the guitar and climb your way to the top. That's what that song's about. And okay, there's one line I really like about you don't have to be a piece of high art, you just have to have a rock and roll heart. And that's amazing thing about rock and roll. You don't need to be highly trained musically. Pick up some chords, learn that guitar, learn everything you can. You don't have to go to the Juilliard's art school and to be successful. Rock and roll provide a lot of opportunities to musicians, artists who don't have that higher level of musical understanding, but they have a understanding of the world, of feelings and all that, and they can apply it to their music. Bruce Springsteen adds vocals along with his wife Patty, not as prominent as on the first track, side one. Let's get the band back together. No, a correction. New York Comeback. Let's get the band back together. Margot Price does backing vocals on that one, but New York Comeback, Bruce Springsteen and Patty. So that's a correction there. Yeah, it's that's when you got it, a rock and roll heart. Yeah, a rock and roll heart. You don't have to be that smart, as I was saying. You don't have to be a work of art as long as you got a rock and roll heart. It can be broken or torn apart. It can't be broken or torn apart. Yeah, got a rock and roll heart. Love it. Okay, hit pause. I'm gonna hit pause, and we'll go on to the next song called "This Is Not My Town." Well, we're off to a great start on side two. We heard "Rock and Roll Heart," which I forgot to mention it. She added another guitarist, Derek Cruz, electric guitar. So that's Stewart, Doug Pettibone, and then add Derek. Three guitar um, onslaught playing on top or intertwining with each other. This is not my town. It's sort of a kind of a slow burning rock song. Um, the guitars are amazing. What I really like is the ending where she quotes at very low voice a lyrics from a classic blues song, "Buzzing Around My Town, Buzzing Around My Town" by Queen Bee, which is I forgot the name of the artist. I'll think of it in a minute. Um, it kind of really kind of turns down the notch a little bit and toward the end where she sings that, and there's some great organ work. Our keyboard organ, it's listed on here as B3 Vox Jaguar organ, and that sounds great. And also, um, Margot Price, who provided backing vocals on side one. Let's see, yeah, the opening track. Let's get the band back together. She also provides backing vocals here. My only complaint is I would like to hear her vocals brought out a little bit more forward, where um, she's back in the mix and not distinguishable. It would have been nice if brought that a little bit more forward. Um, this is not my town. I'm trying to figure out lyrically what this really means. Is this a metaphor for a situation? Hey, this is not my scene, or is she referring to a town she's been to and she doesn't like what she see? I don't know. You can't get in the heads of these artists, but that's all right. It's still great lyrics, still great music, and so this is a really nice contributor track for the album. We'll move on to the third track called Hum's Liquor, which is um, one of my favorite really deep album tracks. So I'll hit pause, give it a listen, and come back with some thoughts. Hum's Liquor. I just love the title. I mean, it brings the image of all those ABC packing stores in the rural areas, the poorer side of town, where people go and get their spirits for the weekend. I call this subtitle the Brown Paper Bag Song. Okay, um, it's really coming from a perspective of a person who relies on the bottle. Let's say um, every morning it's the same when you're walking down 22nd again. Such a lonely waltz of pain every morning at 9:45. Got his I guess Jack Daniels, and headed back to bang on his guitar and to drink away another day. Hit hard and hit it harder. Walking down the corner to Hum's Liquor. And the lyrics go on. I won't read any more of them. Just a perspective of a life that's unfulfilled, perhaps an over reliance on alcohol to feel the pain, um, to accompany the pain, to make it a little easier. And it's a slower, kind of more of a country feel to it. Doug Pettibone No, let me take that back. It sounds like there's a steel guitar in there, but I don't see it in the credits. Um, so this kind of slows things down from two previous rockers. Just kind of a drown in your sorrows type of song, reflective, self-reflecting, type of thing. The next two tracks, where the song will find me and never going to fade away. I'm going to listen to those two, and come back with comments on them, and we'll conclude. I will do some concluding comments. Well, I just ended the big beautiful blue by listening to the last two tracks on side two of Lucinda Williams' Stories from a Rock and Roll Heart. Um, I think this album kind of ties into her biography a bit, because that kind of self reflecting mood is, I could hear that in the album. Okay. Um, get my notes here. The inner sleeve. The last two tracks, Where the Song Will Find Me and Never Fade Away, are grand finales to this album that really puts a nice bow on it and presents it as a nice present. These are slower tracks, not the rockers. And I noticed that she switched up drummers on these last two tracks, where, um, and also on track two, This Is Not My Town, Will Sales, Sayles is on drums. And then another drummer, Fred Eltringham, does drums. I guess the regular drummer, Steve Ferrandon, couldn't make those sessions, or maybe she just wanted to change. Uh, anyway, Where the Song Will Find Me is just absolutely a fabulous song, and I just love how, as the song approaches its last quarter, um, it seems like the musicians just take over and brings the sunburst to the song out. It's just absolutely amazing. And the same holds true for the last track, Never Gonna Fade Away. And I guess, I don't know, I guess she means I'm still here, and I will, in a sense, still be here when my body has died, through my work. I will never fade away. Um, Lyrics are just simple but poetic. Lucinda Williams has a knack for being very simplistic in her lyrics, but within that simplicity, there's very deep meaning and thoughts. That's her strength. So this is just amazing, and what I really like about this album, the lineup, the musicians, and it is the uh, person who does all the Reese, Wans, who does all the B3, the organ work, the organ parts. It's just amazing. Um, this is just a really, really good album just to sit down and listen to, read the lyrics to. Um, it's a balance of good rockers. I noticed for the rockers, which Lucinda always had a rock and roll elements to her music, along with the the folk music and the blues music, but that pace has really picked up with her last album, um, "Good Souls, Better Angels." But there she had was expressing some things she was irritant at, and that's good. For the rockers on this album, it's pure joy, just pure joy. Um, I will give this album an A, and I always give her albums high marks. Is that always? I've never been disappointed in any of them. I was looking at the music review site, All Music, and it gave it 3.5 stars, and they gave her previous album 3 stars. That's fun BS. They said you're sure the music's there, but the songs aren't there, which is baloney. Um, if you kind of lost track of Lucinda, haven't listened to her more recent albums, jump on this one. It's worth it. And what's so nice is she kept it down to 10 tracks, which is much easier to digest, okay, to absorb. And so that's really, really more manageable. Okay. Now I like the previous albums with the long track listings too, but this is a good to listen to in one setting. I'm not sure the time on there. It seems like 40 minutes. It's good. So that's my review, part two of Lucinda Williams. Not Cartwheels on a Gravel Road. I don't think she'll ever make an album like that again. But Stories from a Rock and Roll Heart. The journey continues. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Sure, thumbs ups are nice, but I like comments. You don't have to write a book, just a short sentence or two, or whatever you want to write would be good. I want to wish everyone a good day, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching the video.